I never imagined we'd end up here, teetering on the fragile edge of everything we once built, watching it splinter and crack beneath the weight of a single choice. Now, I sit alone in the heavy stillness of our home, swallowed by a silence far louder and more piercing than any argument we ever had. The last 48 hours replay in my mind like a relentless loop, every moment etched with words I wish I could unhear, and others I wish I'd found the courage to speak much earlier. It began with a conversation I never thought would come, not so casually, at least, just days before the party. She mentioned it as if she were asking what we should have for dinner. "There's a swinger party next weekend," she said, her voice light but curious. "I'm thinking about going." I froze, heart pounding, unsure if I'd heard her right. I asked her to repeat herself, desperate to find some misunderstanding, but she only shrugged, brushing it off like it was nothing serious. I thought it might be fun, something to explore. I swallowed hard, struggling to steady my breath as my heart raced wildly. "I'm not okay with this," I said, my voice strained. "This isn't about jealousy or control. It's about the promises we made, about respect." She rolled her eyes, dismissing me again. "You don't trust me. You're overreacting." "I do trust you," I insisted, struggling to keep my voice steady. "But this isn't about whether I think you'll cheat. It's about boundaries, the foundation we promised to build our lives on together. It's about what we mean to each other." In that moment, something shifted in her. She crossed her arms and looked at me like I was a stranger. "Maybe I don't want those boundaries anymore," she said coldly. That night, everything boiled over. I paced the living room while her voice cut sharp and accusing from the kitchen. She said I was suffocating her, caging her, denying her freedom. "I love you," I told her, tears brimming in my eyes. "But love doesn't mean letting yourself be stepped on. Love is mutual respect, and you're tearing that apart." Her stare was cold, unrecognizable. "I'm going whether you like it or not." The next morning, she was gone. The bed lay cold and unmade on her side. My phone buzzed with a message I'll never forget. "I'm sorry you feel this way. I need to live my life." That was it. The moment everything shattered. I felt hollowed out, like I no longer mattered, like I was just a bump on the road in her pursuit of some fantasy freedom. I didn't hesitate. I called a lawyer, scheduled an appointment. Filing for divorce felt like defeat, like giving up on something I had poured my entire soul into. But after that, I saw no other way. I sat in the lawyer's office, pen in hand, ready to sign the papers when the door creaked open behind me. She stood there, eyes red, shoulders trembling, hands unsteady, but in her face was something I hadn't seen before. Not pride, not anger, but something softer. Resolve. "I want to talk," she said softly. I met her gaze, my chest tight with a tangled mess of relief and fury. "You're late," I said, my tone colder than I meant. "I know," she whispered, "and I'm sorry. I should have been honest. I was wrong to go behind your back." I searched her face, looking for the truth beneath the words. Was her remorse real, or was she simply afraid of losing the comfort and life we'd built? "Why did you do it?" I asked. "Because I was lost," she said, her voice trembling. I felt stuck. I didn't know how to talk to you about what I was feeling, so I looked for an escape instead of answers. But after that night, I saw what I was really running from, and it wasn't you. It was myself. I want us. I want to fix this. My heart ached, but I didn't move, didn't soften. "Fix it," I echoed. "How? When you ignored everything I said, when you walked away from us like it was nothing." She reached for my hand, trembling. "I'm not asking you to forgive me now," she said, tears brimming in her eyes. "I'm asking for a chance to rebuild. I'll do whatever it takes." I didn't pull away, but I didn't lean in either. "What hurt most wasn't that you wanted to leave," I said quietly. "It was that you disrespected me, that you made me feel small, worthless, like an obstacle instead of a partner. That's what broke me." She nodded slowly, wiping her face. "I understand," she whispered. "I see that now. And I promise I won't let it happen again. You're my husband. I don't want to lose you." We talked for hours about pain, about where we went wrong, about the unspoken limits we both failed to voice. She confessed feeling empty and disconnected, how the party felt like a desperate way to feel alive. She saw now it was only a bandage over a wound she hadn't let me see. I told her how her choices shattered my trust, how it felt like the life we built together had been swept away beneath my feet, how it made me question everything, my worth, our vows, her love. It wasn't a smooth conversation. There were long silences, heated words, apologies tangled in confusion and fear. But beneath the pain, something fragile remained, a thin, fraying thread of what we once had, and maybe, just maybe, what we could still have. I told her I'd try one last time. But I was clear. If we can't rebuild this on mutual respect, then it ends here. If respect dies, this marriage dies with it. She nodded, eyes steady this time. "Thank you," she whispered. "I won't let you down." We left the lawyer's office together, quiet, uncertain, but side by side. I don't know what the future holds. The wounds won't heal overnight. Trust won't magically restore itself. But for the first time in days, I felt a faint flicker of something I thought I'd lost entirely. Hope. This experience taught me something I should have known all along. Love alone is not enough. Love without honesty, without effort, without respect, collapses under the weight of silence and selfishness. She crossed a line I never thought she would. But when she came back, not with excuses, but with remorse and a willingness to change, I caught a glimpse of the woman I fell in love with, and I realized I still had a choice. So I'm giving us one more chance, not because I've forgotten the pain, but because I believe in what we could be if we fight for it the right way. Together, with honesty, with boundaries, with respect. And if that ever fades again, if she crosses that line once more, I'll walk away. Not broken, not bitter, but proud that I stood firm in who I am. For now, I choose hope. Hope that what was broken can still be mended. Hope that love, when built on respect, can survive even the darkest storms. Hope that we still have us.